Hi everyone, Michelle here from the Junk Journal Studio, working on my Summer's Bounty journal today. The last time we met, we worked on this center spread right here. And I just wanted to show you that I distressed the edges with some wild honey and then vintage photo over top of that. And I used my little stencil and I did a little bit of stenciling there as well. I really like how that sort of finished off the page. So today we are going to be working on this page right here, and we're going to start with a hidden paper clip. So I'll just set that aside and show you. I've prepped a lot of the pieces. I've cut them, distressed them so that we can get lots done in a short period of time. You don't have to watch me doing that kind of distressing and cutting and stuff like that, for the most part anyways. This here is 6.5 inches long by 3 inches wide. It's a little thin piece of cardstock, folded in half, rounded the corners, and distressed it. So that's what we're going to build our hidden paper clip on. For underneath it, to put the clip onto, we need a slip of paper that's a little bit shorter and not as wide as this. So we need to give it a snip. Let's say somewhere around there. And let's just trim off a tiny bit. And we don't need to, but I'm going to do it anyways. I will round the corners. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to grab a paper clip. Here, I thought it was organized. I didn't even pull out a paper clip for a hidden paper clip tutorial. There we go. I think that's a 2-inch paper clip. I'd like to get some bigger ones, but that's what we have for now. Okay, so what we need to do is put it over this piece of paper like that, but I do want it to actually stick up a little bit. Probably about that much. I think that's about center. I think. Let's see. We're 3 inches wide, so center is right here. So yeah, that's pretty good. And now that we've marked that, it's perfect because we need to just make just a little hole on the seam of this piece right here for the paper clip to come through. That should do the trick. And then we should be able to go like that. And there you go. Now I can see, hardly, but that one corner is kind of peeking out, so I'm going to round the corners of this one too. Went to my mom's yesterday and helped her with her big move and stuff. Just kind of went through her craft room and helped her get her craft room all set up. Or, well, I should say, oops, wrong one. Yeah, I got lots done in her craft room, but it's not finished yet. There we go. That is perfect. So let's glue. Now I'm actually kind of wondering, I think actually I'll pause there and I'm just going to set that aside and we will do our decorating on here first before we glue it together. So I pulled from the embellishment kit this hexagon shaped bee and a piece of the yellow backing paper. So we're going to back that and just give it a little bit of a border so it just pops a little bit. Yeah, so it was really good to see her. I haven't seen her for a long time. I love her new place. It's so bright and yeah. It's in a great location, tons of windows, huge kitchen, huge island. I have to admit I'm a little bit jealous. Yeah, she deserves it though. It is beautiful. I'd seen it on like the real estate site when they were thinking about buying it, so I'd looked at a lot of the pictures on there, but I hadn't actually seen it up until yesterday. I'm just gonna use my scissors here, just a tiny little border. Yeah, so it was really good to be able to help and to see her place. It's kind of funny though, because we went into her craft room and I needed to get some pegs into the side of a shelf. And so she gave me just this little tiny hammer for me to just tap the pegs into the bookshelf. And I swear, you know, within the first couple of swings, I hit the end of my nail, smashed my finger, broke my nail. So that's why I have the Band-Aid there. And then a couple minutes later, I realized it was in one of the wrong holes. And so I grabbed some pliers to pull it out and I pinched the end of my finger. So yeah, I thought, oh, this is a bad start, but it was okay. Usually comes in thirds, right? But number 3 never happened, so that was good. Okay, so after that, I want to put a little bit of script on there and also a little bit of this brown parchment paper. So for the script, I'm thinking not even that big. Just kind of want it. Take this edge off a little bit. Oops. Didn't mean to rip it quite that much, but that's okay. Yeah, that's good. I don't know that I really want to see it that much down here though. So let's go with that. Give it a little bit of distressing. Yeah, so it was really good to go see her. She is an hour and 10 minutes north of the community that I live in. Okay, let's just stick it down, shall we? So we have that. And then I want to use a little bit of this parchment paper. Let's see. Nope, won't be shown if I do that. Oops. Wanted to add, yeah. Pin stuck to me. Yeah, something like that. That would be good. Yeah. It's a lot cooler here today, so that's really nice. Today has been a little bit of a lazy day for me. Well, I shouldn't say lazy. I've been productive. I've been playing in my craft room. That counts for production, right? Oh, I could live in here if I didn't have to do adult things. I really could. Love it. Love it, love, love it. All right. That looks good. Give this a little bit of distressing. I also have some honeycomb that I used one of the backing sheets, the yellow one, and punched out or die cut it out with my die cutting machine. And I just have to decide. I feel like I want to rip it like that. Well, let's fold this so we can see what's really going to be showing. How about something like that? And then for down here, I'm thinking something like that. There we go. I think that looks good. And then this is going to go on top of it. Yeah, that's perfect. Like that. And then I picked out a word for it, or a little phrase, I should say. When the flowers bloom, the bees will come. So I was thinking about centering that on there. And then I have these little flowers that I punched. I haven't put them together yet. And I think I might use a little bit of Distress ink, the Wild Honey, and just put a little bit on the tips of them so they kind of are brought together. This one has Wild Honey and the Distress ink, or sorry, Vintage Photo Distress ink as well. Okay, so we did that one. We have one more to make on the other side, but we'll make that when we're ready for it. Okay, so let's see, like that I was thinking, then like this, maybe centered, and then, oops, maybe something like that. Looks nice, or we could put it on the other side. Let's see, one more time. Yeah, I like it on this side actually, I think. I noticed I'm really, I just sort of gravitate to putting things on the left side for some reason, so sometimes I have to remind myself, oops, we might want to glue this first. Yeah, remind myself to switch it up and put some flowers and stuff on the left side of the page. I'm going to put this a little higher so that there's room for the word and stuff. We have a little bit of our parchment paper and our script peeking through. I really like that. And that looks good. Okay, next for our phrase. That looks good. And then our flower. Just like that. Absolutely love it. So, so pretty. Yeah. Okay, so let's trim there. Okay, that looks good. And I think I'll just distress the edges there. All right, that is one side, easy peasy, and I absolutely love it. If you don't have, you know, die cuts for little tiny flowers, I'm sure like any kind of a punched flower, or you could even fussy cut a little flower, and you could do some stenciling if you don't have the honeycomb die, so, or just put some fabric behind it, or that's not what cheesecloth, all kinds of different options. Just add something so that there's a little bit more texture and something else to look at. I think, anyways, that's what looks nicest to my eye. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Flip this over and let's do this side. For this side, I have this piece of ephemera from kit number 3. And I want to do the exact same thing pretty much. I want a little bit of script and I want a little bit of parchment paper. I just need to get a drink. My throat is so dry. That's better. Okay, where do we want this? I think I don't want it really showing up too much on this bottom corner. I want it more up there. So that would be good. And then for the parchment paper, I just kind of want it more down there, I think. Yeah, something like that. So let's just put this one down first. Oops, I just dabbed my wild honey dauber into my vintage photo. Okay, so yeah, it's not as hot today, which is really nice. Looking good. Okay, so if that is centered, but just a little bit up higher, I think I want it right about there. Yeah, that looks good. And then I have some honeycomb for this one as well. I'm not sure if we can just go like this or if I'm going to want to rip it. I just want to rip it. For this one, I picked the word summertime, and I think I'm going to back it on this yellow paper just so it has a little bit of a border, so it pops a little bit more. Whoops. Oops. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, I was being a little bit stubborn, honestly, with this hidden paper clip because it has decorations on both sides. And so the other side is on our center spread, so it kind of crowds it a little bit. But I was being stubborn because I really liked these embellishments. It was just screaming hidden paper clip to me, especially this hexagon one. So I rebelled and just did it anyways. Okay, so we have that. And then maybe put that in the center. And then we have another flower here for it that we have to put together. That one's got lots of color, obviously. This one will add a little bit. This is just, I punched it out of a old piece of scrapbook paper. Okay. I love these little flowers. The petals are a little bit wonky in that they're not symmetrical, so you can never really quite line them up the way I want to, but they look really good. And I'll just grab a sequin here. Oh, here's one. It was on the side of my desk. I like those little polka dots on there. It actually looks really cute. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the dots on the honeycomb page. There we go. Just a tiny, tiny little gemstone would have looked really pretty on there too. Okay, so I think we can glue this down. Kind of have a good idea where I want it. I want a little bit of that text still poking out. Let's get rid of this piece of paper because it's completely crooked and it's throwing me off. Oh, I just heard a little bit of thunder. We got a little bit of thunder and lightning, and actually we had a tiny bit of rain too, which is the first time it's rained in a long time too. So it is good. The thunder and lightning, not so much because of the threat of forest fires, but the rain is more than oh, I hear sirens. Can't be good. Okay, so that there, and then this flower. Let's see, we put the other side on the left side, so maybe we do it different and put it on the right side this time. Let's see. No, I think I'm going to stick with the left, surprisingly. So we want that somewhere like that. Bring it down a little bit. I don't think I actually put it under some of these petals on the other one, did I? Might have to go back and do that. I think I just put glue on the bottom center. And okay, so I'm gonna move this over just a touch if I can. Can I? Yeah, just a little bit. Put our flower on. Like that. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like it. Looks really good. So now we open this up. Oh, I glued it together. And then we grab our paper clip, put that in there, and then we glue it. So, okay. Careful not to go too close to the edges because we don't want to glue our paper clip closed. So that goes like that. Make sure we're not stuck here. And you kind of want to get the bottom edge and the corners on well and glued to the very edge so they don't get caught on the book page when you're trying to put it on and off. is that? And then this side. I really like how it turned out. Looks great. Okay, let's see here. Definitely need to trim this a little bit more. A couple places. It's still sticking out. All right. That is done. Just clean up here a little bit. And then we'll put it on the page and see how it looks. All right, let's see. Just like that. Still a little bit soft because of all the glue. Then we're going to put some yarn and ribbon and stuff there so that can hold something on the page. And then that's what it looks like on the other side. It's a little bit crowded, but hey, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, yay. That is done. Oops. I guess we need this, or at least the one page we're working on. Set that aside. I'm gonna pull this out. Now for this, I went ahead and made a pocket for it. So there are two B pages in the kit. There's this one. Well, there's three. One is more of a backing page. And then there's another one that looks something like that. And so this is the one that I cut down and made a pocket out of right here. And then I cut a little piece of parchment paper and I sewed it all on, and I did my thumb hole here because this is going to be a double pocket. So we're going to glue it along the four edges, which will reinforce this side. This becomes a pocket, and then that becomes a pocket. So that is the plan. So we need glue. There. Today we will not glue any pockets together, or any tops of the pockets. I couldn't believe I did that last video. I keep you on your toes and I keep things interesting. You got to admit that. I pulled this little label out of the embellishments. We'll put that on. We'll center it. Super pretty. And then I got some stuff to put in this little pocket, but we'll let it dry and just rest here for a moment. And I'll show you this honey cake recipe index card that comes in the kit. I backed it on the yellow, the page with the yellow gingham around the edge here, because it is like the exact same color tones, and so it looks very authentic on the back. And then I grabbed a piece of seam binding. It was just a crinkled up, scrunched up one that I had tea stained a little bit and scrunched up and let it just sit to dry. And so what I did was I put a little bit of Fabri-Tac. I put just a thin line of it along here, and then I put a thin line of it where I wanted it to go, and I just started at one edge and I just literally scrunched it up as I went along. And then I stuck a button on, so really like how that turned out. I was hoping to be able to actually put it over here, but it sticks too far out to the journal. If this pocket was deeper, I totally could have, but it is going here like that. All right, we could leave it out a little bit like that. And then, okay, so here's our little bits for our pocket. So we have the B definition, which is big enough. You could make a note, or these embellishments that you can turn around and decorate your journal with at a later date. So it is a win-win. So we have that. We have this little piece of ephemera, and then we have a little sunflower stamp with some bumblebees on there, and I really like how that looks in there, especially when we put our hidden paper clip, which I guess it isn't really too hidden because it's sticking out the top, but we put this on there. Oh, we got to put our fibers and stuff on it still, I guess. But anyways, yeah, look at that with the yellow sequin and the seam binding and then the yellow down here. It really pulls it together really well. And then what I grabbed from the Coordinating Pages kit is the solid yellow paper, which I actually am not sure why I got these lighter areas. I almost feel like my ink was running out on my one printer, but anyways, I really liked it, and so I just actually tea stained it, which kind of grunged it up on the other side, and I had ripped it like this, and then I just folded it just so there's another writing place right there, and so we have something to put under our paper clip. So it looks like that. Now you pull that out, and we have our little bits here. We have our recipe, and then next video we will work on the other side, and we will work on a journal card or something to put in there. So that is it for this page. Put it back in to the signature and take a look. Okay, so here it is. I really like how it turned out. It's super cute. Very nice. Yeah, we'll put something in here that's got a little bit of ruffle and stuff so it'll poke out the journal like the other pieces. And then we flip it over and we've got that. Looks really good. So that's it, guys. I hope you found that inspiring and you enjoyed the process. I've got some cool stuff planned for the next video, and I hope to do that tomorrow. So until then, have a good day, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, so I just turned off the camera, started to move away from my desk when I remembered I forgot to put all of our fibers on the top of our paper clips. So I turned the camera back on, found the little yarns that I wanted to use. Oops. And I think if I'd left a little bit more paper clip sticking up there, it might have been a little easier to get through, but I think we'll be okay here. Okay. Oh, I heard thunder again. Nice, that was easy. Okay. I think we're about halfway-ish. I can always trim it when we're done. We have a rogue. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we are. Super cute. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. Do a tiny bit of trimming. Kind of like it a little bit scraggly. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's take a look. So it goes right there like that. And then we store that up there. Oops, another little piece coming up there. Need some glue. All right, now we're done. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.